Welcome to Wigglesticks TV.
Got the solo track fairing that's mounted. One problem I have, or the issue I need to solve, is there's nothing under here holding it down, so it just keeps moving around. So there's nothing for it to screw into. So I need to make a base plate that sits under here, under the seat, that will that this can then rest on and bolt into. So I've measured from the base of the seat to the base of the fuel clamp. It's 84 mils is the height I need to have the top sitting. So now I can take this piece of fairing off and then start to get the measurements ready for the kind of bracket that I'll make from under there. So I'll put a couple of images up on screen now of brackets that I've found online. So I'm going to try to make something similar to those two to get the tail section to sit at the correct height and then support the rider's weight from the seat. So this will be the next little project to undertake. I've got the rear tail unit off now to try and figure out the mounting bracket for the front there, but while I was here I've had these on order for a little while now and they finally showed up to replace the OEM one, which you need that special tool for. This one just needs a normal socket. Not feeling putting that on because it was a little bit hard to get it on, just because there was a bit of crap on the in the thread, so a little bit of grease on there, and just moving it back and forth and cleaning the thread out a little bit on the axle. Got it on there okay, so yeah. Got one for the other side too, so I'll flip that over and probably torque it up shortly. A friend of mine kindly donated to me an LED tail light, so I've just wired that in just to see if it works. So works there, and then with the brake lever. So I have a second one, and you can actually wire them for indicators and stuff as well. So I'm just sort of toying with the idea of potentially just keeping the vague possibility in this with the wiring and stuff that it could potentially be registered at some time. So yeah, so I've got a brake light, a rear tail light, which could be handy for the track anyway, and then I'll just figure out how to actually mount that to the rear of the tail section. But yeah, it's good to see something else apart from the wiring harness actually works. I'm on the mission of fitting the supporting bracket for the seat. So I'm going to also trim this bracket a little bit because obviously we don't need the pieces that the fairings and stuff mount into, and I need to run my other piece of metal down here over that top of that hole. So I'm just going to take a little piece out of here as well. So I've just unscrewed, loosened the tank a bit at the front, unscrewed that bolt, and then this whole section here will do with one hand, will just come out. So now I can modify this bracket a little bit. I'm still a bit unsure about where to. I might remount the bracket and this stuff in here a little bit more, like the image on screen, because I think most of the race bikes in particular relocate all this electrical stuff around the back here, so it's on a bracket or something, so it's out of the way if it goes down on either side, I'm guessing. So that's the next little task here. I've just cut the tabs off the side of this part of the tank mount and notched a little hole, a little gap out here where this can sit in here, so it can mount into this screw already in the frame, and then I'll put another riv nut in here somewhere so that can mount in there, and then I can still take the tank off without disturbing the mounting points here. So I'll just go and notch out the other piece over here and then continue along. have these rails in place now. This one's drilled in, and this one just got zip tied in on there in the moment. I think it's going to work. My plan is that this will go across the front here, weld that into here, and then the front of the seat will bolt into here. So I'm just going to fit the rear seat cowl and just see exactly how our clearance issues and stuff goes with these pieces in particular, but also try to give everyone an idea of where this might sit. So here goes. Looks to be sitting in the right spot. I don't think I'm going to have any issues where that bracket meets into there, so just keep going. You can probably see with the difficulty of getting that solo seat cowl on, that it's probably definitely worth moving this stuff onto the inside of the subframe or at the back here, like I mentioned before. So I might start looking at that now. Well, in a second, once we have a look at this piece across here. So I have the cross piece, there'll be another piece at the back as well, I think. The cross piece just zip tied in place, and I'm going to try and put the solo cowl back on again and just see how this goes and where the bolt hole lines up with, because it should be almost the right height here, I think. You can see that in there, but I can see the front of the bar there. I actually think it probably needs to have some off the edges over here too, so I'll just, yeah, because that should be down a little bit further than that, so it's hitting on the edges here. So I'll just mark where this is sitting and probably just take a little bit off the edge. Had a bit of a win taking those edges off the side of those. That piece of aluminium has worked. You can see the aluminium, probably with any luck, just through there. So I'm going to pull this back off now, pop rivet this thing in place, put another beam across here, and then weld it all together, and then put the holes back in it, drill the holes and put the riv nuts and everything in the frame. So yeah, the base is all in place now. It needs a little bit of cleaning up around the edges. It's just, but I'll do that later once it's all welded out. At the moment it's just pop riveted in place just to keep it in the correct orientation or whatever, and once it's all welded in, I'll go back and clean it up, probably put a couple of supporting rails or something, a piece through the middle, and then a flat piece of aluminium over the top with a little bit of foam and stuff on it, and then I'll put a riv nut in here for where the seat mounts in there. So yeah, it's yeah, get it all welded out and then it should be good to go. Thanks everyone for watching so far. I'm going to leave the bracket and actually get that welded out in the next little while when Dan's got a bit more time to do it / help me do it. So I'm going to end the video here today. I just wanted to thank everyone for subscribing. Finally hit 100 subscribers, which is nice. Thanks for watching. These are kind of fun things to do through the COVID period. Uploads will be a little bit less, as I said in the last video now, just because lockdown's finished here and it's summer, so hopefully the odd track day or a ride through the hills will be coming. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.